So the first thing you're going to do is to rule a starting line. And then from your starting line, you want to go ahead and take from your shoulder to your bust point. Mine is 10.5. So I'm going to mark that across and go ahead and rule a straight line. The next thing I'm going to do is to take from my shoulder to my underbust and as well from my shoulder to my waist. So my underbust is 14.5 and my waist is 17. And I'm going ahead to just rule my lines across. Next thing I'm going to do is to take from my waist to my hip, which is 9 inches. And when I'm done, I'm going to as well go ahead and rule a line across. So guys, the next thing you want to do is to take your neck round measurements, and I'm using 4 inches for my round measurement. And then for the depth of the V neckline, I am making use of 9 inches, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my shoulder round divided by 2. Mine is 7.5. And then from there, I'm just going to take the length of my sleeve, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is to take my sleeve round, and I am going to make use of 7 inches. Now, what I went ahead to do there was just to take my bust round measurements. Then I'm going to connect from my sleeve round to my bust round like so, okay? Now as my underbust, I'm going to take my underbust divided by 4. On my waistline, I'm going to take my waist round divided by 4. On the hip, I'm going to take my hip round divided by 4 as well. And next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and connect my dots. Now for the gathers by the side, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, okay? I marked 2 inches here, but I went ahead to correct this to 1 inch later on, because on the model, you can see that on her side is really close to her waist, okay? Then at the center front, I came down by 5 inches. If you want this to still go down, you can come down by 6 inches, but nothing longer than 6 inches. Then the next thing you want to do is from your underbust, this is optional, okay? From the underbust line, you can go up by 1 inch just to give it a little bit of curve at that underbust area. If you do not want any form of curve, you can make use of the straight underbust line, all right? But I love the fitting this gives, so I'm just going to come up by 1 inch and then connect with a slight curve down to my underbust. Now guys, we are basically done. The next thing you want to do is to go ahead and cut this out, okay? So I'm cutting out the middle part. Remember, if you don't want to make use of a curve, go ahead and cut out your straight underbust line. All right, so I'm cutting out the upper part as well. We're going to be doing slash and spread for this upper part. Now we're going to use this to cut out our back, okay? The only thing you want to do is to just go ahead and add your zip allowance, all right? Then for this, I'm just going to go ahead and mark out where we are going to slash with our scissors, and I'm going to number it, okay? So guys, I've gone ahead to cut this out on my fabric. So you can see for the back, I went ahead to just add my zip allowance, which is 1 inch. You can see I'm slashing that open for my zip space. All right, so this is the front and the back together. So guys, make sure to add your allowance all round, okay? For the back, add your zip allowance as well. Then add your seam allowance, because our pattern does not have any allowance on it. So please add your seam allowance, add your allowance for joining to the upper part, add your zip allowance for the back. Now I'm going to head to do my slash, and I'm spreading this across. I'm making use of 2.5 inches to spread this, okay? This is not going to be very full. If you want it to be very full, you can make use of 3 inches or up to 4 inches. That way, when you root it up, it is going to be very full on your shoulder. So please make sure to add your allowance, 0.5 for your shoulder, 0.5 for joining to the tummy part or the waist area, and then for your side, add your seam allowance and also add your hemming allowance for your wrist. All right. Now, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to do my zip contour, which I forgot to do. So I'm going to just come to the waistline area and go in by 0.5. I always do this on all my wears. It makes any form of zip bulging go away. So please make sure to do this, okay? Just come in by 0.5 and then, yeah, make your adjustments for your zip bulge. I'm gonna have to cut this as well on my lining. So I'm going to go ahead and turn with my lining. I'm gonna have to turn my front and my back with its lining pieces, and you can see what I have. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and shape this part. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark my zip allowance, which is 0.5 remaining. It was 1 inch. I turned with my lining 0.5, so it's remaining 0.5 now. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my pin to pin this 0.5 for my zip allowance, okay? Then when I do this, I'm going to now join it with the front. So you can see what I have. The next thing I'm going to do is to place the front on top of it and then go ahead and join it by the sides. Now for the upper part, please make sure to cut out your facing, okay? This is my facing. Unless you want to make use of a bias, no problem, but I'm going to make use of this facing. So I'm going to turn both the front and the back with its facing, okay? Now, guys, I forgot to mention that when you are cutting your upper part for the back side, don't forget to add your zip allowance as well, okay? Now, I'm going to have to turn the front part with its facing and you can see what it's looking like. Next thing I'm going to do is to just notch the middle part. This is going to help me later on when I'm joining the upper parts to the down part of this gown, all right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do for the back side is to go ahead and use my pin and pin my zipper area. I'm going to join my zip when I am done, like putting the whole gown together. So I'm just trying to use my pin to hold the zip so that I can join the front and the back together as well, just like I did for the down part, okay? I'm going to join the front and back of this upper part together. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going ahead to use my pin to hold by 0.5 inches, which is my zip allowance. Now you can see I'm done. The next thing I'm going to do is to place the front on top of the back and I'm going to join this by the shoulder, okay? Now guys, remember that I left 0.5 inches for my shoulder allowance, for joining allowance, but I'm going to be joining this by 1 inch because I want this to be very fitted. I've made this outfit before and when I finished ruching, like when I finished making the gown and ruching it, it was not very fitted at the shoulder area. So I'm going to go ahead and join this by 1 inch. Instead of 0.5 inches, I'm going to join this by 1 inch, all right, by the shoulder. So you can see when I had to join my shoulder and I made use of 1 inch at that shoulder area, okay? When I had to also join my sides by 0.5 inches, okay? Now you can see we have a full long upper, the upper part is like joints, all joined together, okay? Now, guys, next thing I'm going to do is to join the upper part to this middle part. Okay, I'm going to have to as well join this together front and back. So we have everything ready. I'm going to go ahead and as well notch the middle part, okay, so that I can pin the middle to the middle of the upper part. Then I'm going to go ahead and start gathering this all the way from the middle to one side and from the middle to the opposite side. So just look at what I'm doing. I'm going ahead to join this at the place where I notched, which is the middle. Then I'm going to I'm going to bring the side of the upper part and join it to the side of the down part. You can see. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the opposite side as well. I'm going to get the side of the upper part and join it to the side of the down part. So guys, you can see what I have. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and just gather this, all right? I'm going to go ahead and start gathering this. So you can see what I am doing with my hand. I'm going to gather this just like so from one side to the end, okay? Now, guys, you can see what I have. I am done with gathering these, and you can see how beautiful it's looking already. So guys, next thing I'm going to do is to measure the length of what I have here. The full length of this gown is 40. So I'm going to be minusing 40 from 23, which is what I have here. And what I would have remaining is 17. So I'm going to cut out my gather, which is 17 plus 0.5 inches for gathering plus 1 inch for hemming. So overall what I have is 18.5. All right, then go ahead and measure what you have here round and multiply by 3.5. If you want it to be very full, multiply by 4. So I'm done cutting this out. You can see what I have here. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and gather this around my waist area, okay? So you can see I'm going to go ahead and gather this around my waist area. Now, guys, I am done with gathering these, and you can see what I have. You can see how beautiful this is looking already. So, guys, can you see? If you followed my tutorial step by step, you should have something looking very, very beautiful like this. So, guys, you can see. Now, guys, next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and fix my zip. All right, we are almost done with making this gown. So the next thing you want to do at this point is go ahead and fix your zip, okay? So guys, I am done with fixing my zipper, and you can see what I have, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my allowance on my shoulder. Remember, I joined my shoulder by 1 inch, so I have enough allowance. So go ahead and open this up. Open it up, and then you're going to fold it in like so, and then top stitch. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Open up your allowance, which should be 1 inch. Then fold it in, fold the edge in just a bit, and then you're going to be top stitching this, okay? So when you're sewing this on your machine, just make sure to open it up very well. Open it up very neatly, and then fold in the edge of your allowance, top stitch all the way down to the end of your sleeve, okay? So guys, you can see what it's looking like. All right, so please make sure you do this very, very neatly on your machine. So guys, you can see I've gone ahead to prepare my ropes. So please go ahead and prepare your ropes. You should have 4 ropes, okay, 2 for each sleeve. So guys, I am done with top stitching my allowance. The next thing I'm going to do now is to pass my ropes, okay, pass my ropes into the middle of my allowance. All right, so it should be 2 for each sleeve. So you can see I'm going to have to pass my ropes, and when I'm done, I'm going to show you what it's looking like. So guys, I am done with passing my rope, and you can see how beautiful this is already looking. So this is it. Next thing you want to do is to just use your go to your sewing machine and hold your rope at your shoulder area. Okay, just go ahead and top stitch your rope at that shoulder point, okay, so that it stays in place when you reach this up. All right, so this is what it is looking like. You can see how beautiful this is looking. Guys, hope you learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more story videos like this. You can ask your questions in the comments and I will get to them as well. Thank you guys for watching. When I put this on, this is what it was looking like. You can see how beautiful it's looking. Can you see? Yeah, so you should have something looking even more beautiful than this when you are done recreating yours. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next video. If you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, it's free. Click the subscribe button down below. Join the family. Don't forget to like this video. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.